So here we are dealing with our third unit of our subject, discrete mathematical structure. Two sections are there. Each section is having 4 units. From section 1, we have completed unit 1 and 2. First was mathematical logic. Second was representation of expressions. And now today we are going to see is the set theory. Okay, basics of set theory we all know. Means when I was in my ninth, at that time I studied set theory. I started to study set theory as per our syllabus. It was, now I don't know what about your syllabus, but we know basics of set theory. I assume that, and so contents of these units are basic concepts of set theory, and then types of operations on sets, ordered pairs, and Cartesian product. Okay. Now, all the concepts which are related to set theory, basic concepts we can say, that we are going to see in this unit. Okay, in this bit. So we'll start with one by one. Then German mathematician G. Cantor introduced the concept of sets. He had defined a set as a collection of definite and distinguishable objects selected by the means of certain rules or descriptions. Okay. Now, what is a set? Okay. It is a collection of elements. We can say collection of elements and objects. But what type of objects is that? It is a definite and distinguishable, means one is different from another. Okay. But are of same type. Those are distinguishable. Means set of girls. Suppose the set of girls in division C, it is there. Okay. Everyone is distinguishable from another. Yes or no? It is a set of the definite objects. But the objects which are the objects, girls are the objects. So those are distinguishable with one another. Yes or no? That is called as set. Okay. Now, objects selected by the means of certain rules or description. Certain rules or description is there for a set. Suppose I told you just now the example of set of girls in division C. I describe from only the set of girls. No, it is not there. From division C, it is there. I describe what I want is, okay, I want girls from division C, like that. The objects are distinguishable, and there is some description or certain rules are there to get that set. Okay, elements of that set. Getting concept of set now? What is a set? Are you getting? Set theory forms the basis of several other fields of study like counting theory, relations, graph theory, and finite state machines. Okay. Now, set theory, it's depending on, means set theory is not depending upon, the certain studies are there, certain fields are there, those are evaluated from the set theory. Okay. In that, counting theory is also there. Then relations and functions we are going to see as the next units of our syllabus. Then graph theory is also there, that we can means set theory help to study the graph theory. And the finite state machines, in next time you will have the subject TOC, that is theory of computation. In that you will come to know these finite state machines. Okay. And that finite state machines are nothing but the special type of sets there. Okay, so set theory is the basis of all these theories. In that, counting theory is there, relations, graph theory, and finite state machines. Then a set is an unordered collection of different elements. A set is an unordered collection of different elements. Okay, it is unordered, means it is not considering the specific order. Means if there is a set 1 and 2, we can write it like 2 and 1 also. Not compulsory that it should be written like 1 and 2. Okay, we can write it like 2 1 also, means it is unordered collection. The place of that elements can be changed. A set can be written explicitly by listing its elements using set brackets. We know the curly brackets. The set elements are written within the curly brackets, and those brackets are known as set brackets. If the order of the elements is changed or any element of a set is repeated, it does not make any changes in the set. As we means the first sentence we see, a set is an unordered collection. Order of the elements is changed. It is not going to change the meaning of that set. Or any element of a set is repeated, means in set of 1 2, suppose 1 comes again, 1 2 1 comma 2 comma 1, or 1 comma 2 comma 2, it is not going to change the meaning of that set. Means it is a set of numbers 1 and 2 that is there only. If the same number is added in the set, it is not going to change the meaning. Means we can write only once 1, though it comes in a set 2 times, we can write only 1 and 2 for that matter. Okay, then some example of sets are a set of all positive integers. Suppose set of all positive integers. Integers means what? Yes. Can anybody tell me? Integers, do they contain whole numbers? Fraction numbers? Am I audible? First tell me, because no one is responding.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Tell me, what will contain the positive integers? A set of all positive integers.
Whole number.
Whole numbers only, 1 2 3 4 like that. Okay, only positive integers is set there, so it will be 1 2 3 4, because 0 is not there and negative integers also not described there. Okay, now the second is a set of all the planets in the solar system. Okay, in the solar system, the which the planets are there, that also forms a set. Okay, then a set of all states in India, that could also be a set. Then a set of lowercase letters of the alphabet, it will contain A B C D like that. Okay, but in small case, lowercase, not in capital letter. Okay, these are the examples of sets. Then how the representation of sets is there, we can see. Sets can be represented in 2 ways. One is roster or tabular form, and second is set builder notation. Okay, then in roster, it is roster or tabular form. The set is represented by listing all the elements comprising it. The elements are enclosed within braces and separated by commas. Now, how the tabular form or roster form is there, we can see with the help of example. Set of vowels in English alphabet. Okay, A is suppose name of that set. Then what we will do is A, E, I, O, U. Okay, these are the vowels in English alphabets. Okay, then what the second example taken is set of odd numbers less than 10. What then set B will be? It is 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. Less than 10 it is said. Okay, so definitely we are going to take the numbers from 9. Okay, and then less than means less than 10 numbers and odd numbers. In that it comes 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. Okay, so you got this tabular form. Then see what is the set builder notation. The set is defined by specifying a property that elements of the set have in common. Okay, in set builder notation, what it is in tabular form, directly all the elements are there that are separated by commas in the curly braces. But in set builder notation, the rule or the description of that set which is common there in all the elements of sets, that is given there. Okay, in this set builder notation, it is described as A is equal to X such that P of X. P of X is what? Property of that elements or the rule by which the set is created. Okay, we can see the example like this. The set A, E, I, O, U, that is written as A is set of X such that X is a vowel in English alphabet. Okay, got this set builder notation? It is a X, but what that X is? X is a vowel in English alphabet. Then it comes to know that it is A, E, I, O, U, nothing but it's A, E, I, O, U. Okay, then what the second example is? The set 1, 3, 5, 7, 9 is written as B is equal to X such that X is 1 less than or equal to X less than 10. Okay, what the condition given was? That number is less than 10 and that number is greater than 1, greater than or equal to 1, because it starts from 1 and we are means compulsory are going to consider the number less than 10, means up to 9 only. Okay, and X mod 2 is not equal to 0. Now what this X mod 2 is? X mod 2 means that number X is divided by 2 and its remainder, if its remainder is non-zero, then it is a odd number. If its remainder is 0, then it is a even number. Okay, it's taking the division, we are considering the remainder there. Okay, if remainder is 1 and above, then it's a odd number. Okay, and if it is 0, then it is a even number. Here we can see. Okay, so if an element X is a member of any set S, it is denoted by X belongs to S. The sign is called as belongs to. Okay, then and if an element Y is not a member of S, it is denoted by this one. Y does not belong to S. Okay, X is present in the set, it is set S. Okay, means X belongs to S, but here Y is not a member of set S, then it is what? It is denoted by Y does not belong to S. Does not belong to means that epsilon is there and it is a what we can straight line here, which is angled one. Y is not a member of set S. Okay. Example of what it is: if S is equal to 1, 1.2, 1.7, and 2. Here 1 belongs to S, but 1.5 does not belong to S. We can see 1, 1.2, here 1.7 and 2, but 1.5 is not there. Okay. 1.5 is not there. So what we can say is 1 belongs to S, but 1.5 does not belong to S. Then some important sets are like the set of all natural numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, like that. Then Z is the set of all integers. It is then set of all integers means negative, positive, all are there. So it is -3, -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, 3, dot, 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 and here also dot, dot, dot. Okay. Then next is here set of all positive integers. Set of all positive integers. What it is? I told you. Yes. Nobody knows set of all positive integers. It is again 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like that. Then set of all rational numbers. R is the set of all rational numbers. Sorry, Q is the set of all rational numbers. R is the set of all real numbers, and W is the set of all whole numbers. Then what is cardinality of set? Cardinality of a set denoted by mod S is the number of elements in the set. If the number is also referred as the cardinal number. Okay. This cardinality of set, it is denoted by mod S and the number of elements of the set. Okay. It is what it is, number of elements in that set. The number is referred as cardinal number. It is also called as, it is as cardinal number. And if a set has infinite number of elements, its cardinality is infinity. Okay. Depending on the numbers of patients. It is number of elements. Okay. There. Suppose example what is taken? 1, 4, 3, 5. How many elements are there in that set? Yes. 4 elements are there in that set. So cardinality of that set is 4. 1, 4, 3, 5. And here it is mod sign is there. Okay. So cardinality of this set is 4. 4 elements are there. Then in this set 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 dash 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 dash. We don't know up to how this dash is there. Okay. So what we will take it as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 dash dash dash. Cardinality is equal to infinity. Okay. Because infinite numbers are there. Then if there are two sets X and Y, there are two sets X and Y, then what is there? We can see mod X is equal to mod Y. Means cardinality of X is equal to cardinality of Y denotes two sets X and Y having same cardinality. Okay. What does it denote? Two sets X and Y having same cardinality. It occurs when the number of elements in X is exactly equal to number of elements in Y. Okay. When this is when possible, X and Y are two sets there, and the set X, that is number of elements in that set X, is exactly equal to number of elements in the set Y. So X and Y are having the X and Y, the sets are having the same cardinality. Okay. Then suppose this is the condition, mod X is less than or equal to mod Y, denotes that X cardinality is less than or equal to set Y's cardinality. It occurs when number of elements in X is less than or equal to that of Y. Here, what is the condition? Number of elements in set X are less than or equal to number of elements in set Y. Okay. Then what the next is? Here, number of elements in the set X is less than number of elements in the set Y. Okay, this is the condition here. It denotes that X cardinality is less than Y's cardinality. It occurs when number of elements in X is less than that of Y. Okay. Then what the next is? If cardinality of X is less than or equal to cardinality of Y. Okay. And cardinality of X is greater than or equal to cardinality of Y, then it is like this: cardinality of X is equal to cardinality of Y. Okay. If these both are there, means less than or equal to is also there and greater than or equal to is also there, means what? They are equal sets, means cardinalities of both these sets are equal. So what it is known as, these sets are equivalent sets. Okay. In types of sets, we will see this equivalent sets. When the cardinality of both the sets is equal, number of elements in both the sets are equal, then those sets are called as equivalent sets. Okay. All of you got up to this?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now the next is types of sets. Sets can be classified into many types, some of which are finite, infinite, subset, universal, proper, singleton set, etc. We'll see one by one here. In that, first is finite set. What the finite set is? A set which contains a definite number of elements is called a finite set. Okay. The set in which the definite number of elements are there, means the number we can count. Okay, definite number of elements means what? The number we can count is there, then it is called as finite set. Okay, example of that is S equal to X such that X belongs to N. N is again set of natural numbers, and X साठी condition काय आहे? 70 is greater than X is greater than 50. Okay, 70 is greater than X is greater than 50. Means what? The set S will be elements from 51 to 69. 51 to 69. Why? Because X is not equal to 70. X is less than 70 and X is not equal to 50 also. X is greater than 50. So numbers after 50 and numbers before 70 are the values of X. Okay. So, and we can easily count the numbers here, the elements. Okay. So it is called as finite set. Then a set which contains infinite number of elements is called an infinite set. Okay, what the example given is x such that x belongs to n. N is again what? Set of natural numbers, and x is greater than 10. Okay, what the condition is? X is greater than 10 means x value will be there from 11 to infinity. We don't know where to stop. Only x condition is what? Given it is greater than 10. We don't know where to stop. So this type of set is infinite set. Okay. And what about this? It was given the condition means x is less than 70 and greater than 50. But here only given is x is greater than 10. Okay. After that, we don't know. So it is a type of infinite set. Then next type is a subset. A set X is a subset of set Y, written as like this: X is subset of Y. Subset, we can see the C type of uh, uh, convention is there to denote the subset. Here written as X is subset of Y if every element of X is an element of set Y. Now what is there? Every element of X is an element of set Y. Okay. Here, example given here is X is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and Y is equal to 1, 2. Here set Y is a subset of set X as all the elements of set Y is in the set X. Okay. Y, what this Y set includes? 1 and 2. Are these 1 and 2 elements in this set X? Yes, it is there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 are there, and 1, 2 it is there. Means 1, 2 are the set Y. So what I can take it as Y is the subset of X. Okay, Y is a subset of X. Getting here, set Y is a subset of set X as all the elements of set Y is in set X. Okay, all the elements of Y are there in the set X. So it is called as a subset. All the elements, that is a very important condition, that uh, subset set should have all the elements in other set. Okay, hence we can write like here Y is a subset of X. Here for this example, X is this and Y is this, then Y is a subset of X. Here we can write it like Y is a subset of X. Okay, let X is equal to 1, 2, 3 and Y is equal to also 1, 2, 3 here. Here set Y is a subset of set X as all the elements of set Y is in set X. Hence, we can write like Y is a subset of X. Okay, here actually both are the equal sets 1, 2, 3 and 1, 2, 3. So what here set Y is a subset of set X as all element of Y are there in the set X 1, 2, 3 and 1, 2, 3. Hence we can write Y is a subset of X. What the next is there then? Proper subset. Now what the proper subset is? Take in the consideration. The term proper subset can be defined as subset of but not equal to. Okay. It is a subset but not equal to. Here we can see X and Y are equal sets. Both are the containing 1, 2, 3 and 1, 2, 3. Means here we can write it like Y is a subset of X and X is also subset of Y. But in case of proper subset, it is not the case. Okay. A set X is a proper subset of set Y. Okay. If set X is a proper subset of set Y, written as X belong to Y if every element of X is an element of set Y and Okay, here we can see a set X is a proper subset of set Y. It is written like this. Here, C-type structure is only there, not underlined. In case of subset, it is underlined there to this C, that is subset. But when proper subset is there, no underline, only C-type structure is there, written as X is proper subset of Y if every element of X is an element of Y and mod X less than mod Y, that is cardinality of X is less than cardinality of Y. Okay, then it is possible that X is a proper subset of Y. Okay, got up to this? Proper subset. Here by example, you will get the idea. Let X is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and Y is 1, 2. Here 1, 2 is there. So we know Y is a subset of X. But Y is a proper subset of X since all elements in Y are contained in X2 and X has at least one element is more than set Y. Okay, here we can see set Y is proper subset of X. Okay, Y is proper subset of X since all elements in the Y, all the elements in Y are contained in X. Okay, since all elements in Y are contained in X2 and X has at least one more element than set Y. Okay, here it should be at least one element but besides this Y. Okay, otherwise those will be equal sets. But what should be there for a proper subset? Y is 1, 2 and X is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, means 1, 2 is also there and its individual items are also there. Those are 3, 4, 5, 6. Means what? Cardinality of set Y should be less than cardinality of X. Okay, X मध्ये काय हवे? एक्स्ट्रा एलिमेंट्स हवेत. Y हा जर प्रॉपर सबसेट व्हायचा असेल X चा, त्याच्यासाठी काय हवंय? एक तरी एलिमेंट एक्स्ट्रा हवंय Y पेक्षा X मध्ये. ओके, Y ची कार्डिनॅलिटी काय आहे? 2. X ची किती आहे? 6. So Y is a proper subset of X. Okay. Yes. Okay, it is.
Yes, ma'am.
Then universal set is there. What is universal set? It is a collection of all elements in a particular context or application. Okay. Means see here the example. Here already it is given. We may define U as set of all animals on the earth. Okay. All the sets in that context or application are essentially subset of universal sets. Okay, so here U is the universal set. Universal set as the set of all animals on the earth. In this case, of a set of all mammals is a subset of U. Set of all fishes is subset of U. Set of insects is a subset of U, and so on. Okay, what it is given here? All the animals. Okay, U is the universal set, is the set of all the animals. But animals are of also different types. Okay, so set of insects will be the subset of U. Set of human beings will be the set of U. Set of other animals, that is pet animals, then what we call as forest animals. These are again different types of sets in that universal set. Okay, so and all these small sets are there. Those are subset of universal set. Means U is the set of all animals. In that, if A is the set of all human beings, then the set of all human beings is a subset of set of all animals. Okay, getting? Yes.
Ma'am, universal.
Yes, ma'am.
Universal set, again I will explain. The universal set means what? It is collection of elements in a particular context or application. Means a type of particular objects is given in the universal set, and that universal set may have another sets as its subsets. Like it is denoted by U, and let that U be the set of all animals. Okay. Then what it is there? Set of all animals on the earth contain set of elements, set of human beings, set of mammals, or a set of insects, set of all the fishes, like that. Okay, means different type of animals will be there in the universal set, which is containing set of all animals. Okay, getting the universal set?
Yes, ma'am.
Hmm. Then empty set or null set. An empty set contains no elements. It is denoted by phi. As the number of elements in an empty set is finite, empty set is a finite set. The cardinality of empty set is null or 0. Then we can see the example here. S is equal to X, such that X belongs to N, and 7 is less than X less than 8. Okay. Is it possible X that is less than 8 and greater than 7? Yes. Is there any number will be there? 7 आणि 8च्या मध्ये कुठला नॅचरल नंबर आहे का? होल नंबर?
No, ma'am.
नाहीये. It's not there. So this set will be called as phi set. Okay, or only phi. Okay, then what is next is singleton set or unit set. In the set, only one element is there, then that set will be known as singleton set. Singleton set or unit set contains only one element. A singleton set is denoted by S is equal to X, such that X belongs to N, and 7 less than X less than 9. Okay, what the condition for X is? X should be greater than 7 and less than 9. Then in that one, only one number comes there, which is whole. That is known as 8. Okay, 7, 8, 9. This series is there, 7, 8, 9. As we want only single element in the set, so it is a singleton set. Getting? Empty set, no any element is there. Singleton set, only one element is there. Then what is next? Next is equal sets. If elements of two sets are equal, though the order will be changed, those elements will be equal sets. Here we can see in the example, A is equal to 1, 2, 6 and B is equal to 6, 1, 2. they are equal as every element of set A is an element of set B, and every element of set B is an element of set A. Okay, A's elements are 1, 2, 6. Are those elements in B 6, 1, 2? Though the order is changed, the elements are same. Okay, so they are called as equal sets. Okay, now what about equivalent sets? If cardinality of two sets is same, then those are called as equivalent sets. Suppose A here given is 1, 2, 6 and B is 16, 17, 22. It is also having three elements. This is also having three elements. Okay, so so this one, the two sets are equivalent sets. Okay, they are equivalent as cardinality of A is equal to the cardinality of B, that is mod A equal to mod B equal to 3. Okay, got this equal set and equivalent set difference? Then next is two sets that have at least one common element are called overlapping sets. Okay, the two sets have at least one common element. Those are not subsets, but at least one element from set A and set B are common, then those sets are known as overlapping sets. In case of overlapping sets, these are the examples, like now number of A union B is equal to number of A plus number of B minus number of A intersection B, like this. When we will see these operations, you will come to know about this. Okay, meanwhile we are going to our example, that is, let A equal to 1 to 6 and B equal to 6, 12, 14. Sorry, 42 is there. 6, 12, 42 is there. So what we can write it like, there is a common element 6 in the, hence these are overlapping sets. Getting at least one element is common there in set A and set B. 6 is common there. So these two sets A and B are called as overlapping sets. And about this, when we will solve the Venn diagrams and all, you will come to know about this. Okay, all this, because we have not studied the operations yet, union and intersection, all that things. Next is disjoint sets. What is there in disjoint sets? Two sets A and B are called disjoint sets if they do not have even one element in common. Overlapping means at least one element, but disjoint means no any element is common in two sets are different from each other. Okay, in that example is given A is equal to 1, 2, 6 and B is equal to 7, 9, 14. No any element is common in them. Okay, so these sets are called as disjoint sets. Okay, equal sets, all the elements are common in two sets. Then equivalent sets, number of elements are same. Okay, but elements are not matching. Then those those sets are equivalent sets. Then overlapping sets, at least one element that is common in both the sets, then it will be called as overlapping set. And what about disjoint set now? No any element is common in both, therefore those sets will be called as disjoint sets. Now we'll see these Venn diagrams. Here some basic types of set we have covered in that finite, infinite sets, subsets, proper subsets, universal sets, empty sets, singleton sets, equal set, equivalent set, overlapping set, disjoint set, etc., etc. We have seen these types of sets. Now we will see the Venn diagrams. Okay. Venn diagram, what it to denote these sets, the diagrams we use are known as the Venn diagrams. Okay, Venn diagram invented in 1880 by John Venn is a schematic diagram that shows all possible logical relations between different mathematical sets. Okay, when we will see the operations on sets, we will use these Venn diagrams to get the clear idea. Okay, here three sets are there, A, B, and C. So these are, we can see overlapping sets are there because these parts are common in this. Yes or no? So we can
Yes.
see that A, B, C are the overlapping sets. Here given are A and B sets. These are also overlapping with each other. Okay. And this yellow part done, it just means when we complete the operation, then we denote with coloring. Okay. Where only what we have here to keep in mind is the like these wise we can denote the sets. Okay. Now next is types of operations on sets. Okay. What type of operations we can perform on these sets are set union. Okay. Then set intersection. Then set difference is there. Then complement of a set and Cartesian product. Okay. All these are the operations on set we can do. So we will see one by one. In that, first is set union. What does set union is? See here, the union of sets A and B denoted by A union B, like this union. Okay, A union B is the set of elements which are in A, in B, or in both A and B. Okay, union म्हणजे काय घेणार आहे आपण? Elements of A, elements of B. Add means A union B मध्ये काय? A चे पण एलिमेंट्स असणार आहेत आणि B चे पण एलिमेंट्स असणार आहेत. त्यांचे जे कॉमन एलिमेंट्स असणार आहेत ते पण असणार आहेत. ओके, here hence A union B is equal to X such that X belongs to A or X belongs to B. Okay, what it is, X belongs to A or X belongs to B means all the elements of A and all the elements of B are there in A union B. Okay, here if A is equal to 10, 11, 12, 13 and B is equal to 13, 14, 15, then A union B, what it will be? Elements of A 10, 11, 12, 13 and elements of B 13, 14, 15. Okay, but as 13 is common in between them. Okay, 13 is the common element of A and B. Then what we can write it like, it can be written once only. The common element occurs only once. So A union B, we can write it like 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay. And Venn diagram of this is like this. A and B, two sets are there, and A union B means what? All the elements of A and all the elements of B. Okay, all the elements are there from A and from set B, and common elements, those are written only once. Okay, got this set union operation? Yes, set union.
Yes, ma'am.
The next is set intersection. The intersection of sets A and B denoted by A intersection B. See here, exactly opposite means sign is there, inverted U, okay, for intersection. Inverted U is there, denoted by A intersection B is the set of elements which are in both A and B. Okay, is the set of elements which are in both A and B. Hence, A intersection B is equal to X such that X belongs to A and X belongs to B. Okay, means the common elements will be there which are from A and B. Only the common element. Example, if A is equal to 11, 12, 13 and B is equal to 13, 14 and 15. So in the intersection, only the common element will be there. Intersection B will be 13 only. Okay. Intersection B is equal to 13. Why? Because this 13 is only the common element between A and B. Okay. A union B, what it will be? 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. But intersection B, only the common element will be there, and that is nothing but the 13. We can see in the Venn diagram also. Which part is done yellow only? Which is the common part between two elements. This is A and this is set B. Okay. And only the common part is yellow, means A intersection B is this part only. Okay. Getting it?
Yes, ma'am.
Then next is set difference or relative complement. The set difference of sets A and B denoted by A minus B. Okay, we can write it like denoted by A minus B is set of elements which are only in A but not in B. Okay, now difference काढायचा आपल्याला A minus B. काय करणार आपण त्यासाठी काय करायचं? Only the elements which are from set A but those are not in B. Okay, that is nothing but the set difference or relative complement, such that X A minus B is equal to X, such that X belongs to A and X does not belong to B. Okay, by taking example now, we can see this one. If A is equal to 10, 11, 12, 13 and B is equal to 13, 14, 15. Now A minus B, what it will be? A minus B म्हणजे काय आहे? A मध्ये असलेले एलिमेंट्स पण B मध्ये नसलेले. ओके, A मध्ये असलेले पण B मध्ये नसलेले कुठले आहेत? 10, 11 and 12. We cannot take 13 because 13 is the element of B. Getting the set difference, A minus B, what it will be? Only 10, 11 and 12, not 13 because 13 is the part of B. Only element of A are the elements of A minus B. Same will be case with B minus A. B minus A म्हणजे काय आहे? B चे असे एलिमेंट्स जे A मध्ये नाहीत. कॉमन एलिमेंट एक्सक्लूड करायचे. ओके, B चे एलिमेंट्स जे A मध्ये नाहीत असे कुठले आहेत? 14 आणि 15. 13 is not there in set A. So B minus A will be 14 and 15 only. Common elements are discarded here in A minus B. Therefore, it will be only 10, 11 and 12. And B minus A will be 14 and 15. Why? Because 13 is not there. 13 is present in A. And here 10, 11, 12 is there only in A minus B. So 13 is there in B also. So we are not going to consider this 13. Okay. Here we can see A minus B is not equal to B minus A. It is always true. Okay. Same sets are there, but their set difference is always different. Means A minus B is not equal to B minus A. Clearly, here we can see 10, 11, 12 and 14, 15. Both are not equal. Okay. In Venn diagram, we can see here A and B, two sets are there. It is A minus B. Only the part of A is colored here as yellow. Okay. The part of B and which is part of common, that is not colored. Okay. Only the elements of set A, those are not in B, are called as set difference. It is A minus B, and same here in the second we can see it is a B minus A. Only the elements of B are colored as yellow here. A is excluded there. Okay. Only the elements of B which are not in A are there. Those are denoted by B minus A. Getting this set difference A minus B and B minus A. Yes. Getting or not?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. We will stop here today. How many participants are there? All are present or not? Only one is absent. Who is that absent guy? One. Give me present fast. You are having test na for MP.
Present, ma'am.
Two,
Present, ma'am.
three,